Alright guys, what's up? It's Libby, or LGK.Graphics. We're back. We're going to do another breakdown of this graphic that I made last January. Unfortunate ending to the Bill season last year, but you know what? Any year we have Josh Allen as our quarterback is a year we could potentially win the Super Bowl, so just putting that out in the universe. Plus we got a new stadium, so hopefully we're not cursed. So yeah, let's just get into this. This was like one of my favorite graphics that I made that season, so yeah, just wanted to have like the main guys here. Josh Allen, Dawson Knox. Could have had Kincaid, but he was kind of injured majority of the season. And then James Cook, of course. So let's break it down layer by layer. Gotta take everything off. This is my first time looking at it since I made it too, so I might be a little surprised. Okay, all the way down, bare bones. Just started out, I guess, with a black background with some noise in it. Okay, so this is interesting. I don't even know what I looked up for this picture, but I knew I wanted to have kind of like the city lights in the back, so, and it was like Buffalo, so I kind of wanted snow too. I don't think you're gonna see these mountains though, but that's kind of the vision I was going for when I was first starting this. Added a little light to brighten the city lights here. Honestly, you can't really tell it's a city. It looks like Earth, you know what I mean? Like in the end, it'll look kind of like Earth. But hopefully you guys, I don't know, it doesn't matter. So yeah, we got the background set. Added a little camera raw here. Just see what I did. Oh, I guess I did add a lot of stuff here. So just added noise to add more texture to the background. Hue and saturation for the colors, I guess. Color balance again for the color. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. It's gonna take a while to load. I just want to see the raw picture. Hold on. Oh, okay. So that's like what we started with, and then that's what we kind of edited it to look like. So I guess the lights in the back were yellow, but I wanted them to be blue. So you kind of just have to adjust there to your vision. And then for the camera raw, let's see what we added. We added some light, we had contrast, I think that's it. Some clarity, and then I'm guessing sharpness, but yeah, we sharpened it and then did noise reduction, so yeah, there's that. Yeah, I knew I wanted it to have kind of like a nighttime glow, so yeah. The next thing I added was the players, so this is gonna be, I guess, the extent of the video. The majority of the video will be on the players because they're the main subjects here. And I think I added a lot of layers, so. Okay, so just starting out with Dawson Knox. Damn, I did 2 cameras. I don't know what I was doing. Pretty much just looked up an image of him online. Kind of wanted him to be looking towards the right, or towards the left. Well, I didn't really add much on this one. I think this was the camera that kind of I started with. Yeah, just like I said in the previous video, for players I usually just reduce the highlights and whites and then up the shadows and blacks. I think it just looks better, like you can see. I don't know, just personal preference. But like the gist is just kind of working with lighting to adjust it. And then of course, texture and clarity. Don't go too crazy. Don't really work with curves here. I usually just do an adjustment layer. It's easier to adjust it. Wow, I just use adjust a lot. But I didn't even add sharpness. Okay. So yeah, that's what we did for camera raw. What the? This really didn't do that much, but I usually do black and white for when like players have white jerseys or like white pants or white helmet, just because sometimes in the picture it might look white, but it's not actually white. I think this is a bad example, and I'm really like just zooming in on his crotch. Sorry. Oh my god, it's so laggy. But yeah, like his jersey, like say if it's white, it might actually be like kind of a greenish hue just from the field or something like that. So I just like to add the black and white. I can find a better example probably. Yeah, there I added this hue and saturation to adjust the blue in the jersey just to make them all uniform. So you'll see when I add the other players, I wanted them to have the same color because they're pictures from different like games, so they're gonna be stadiums are gonna be different lighting, whatever, you know. I do selective color and hue saturation to adjust the skin tones. I don't really like when the skin is like very yellow, which you might like see because stadiums are more like warmer lighting. Added a little highlights here. Once again, you can kind of just add an exposure, highlight, bring the exposure up for the brightness, and just kind of paint where you see light. And then some texture here for the skin. Like that. Alright, let's look at the other players. It's pretty much going to be like very similar for these guys. Let's start with Josh, the best quarterback in the NFL. Oh yeah, like I think I got off track, but when I was looking for the pictures, I just wanted them to. Josh is obviously the center, kind of looking sort of towards the center, I guess. His body's faced this way. Dawson Knox looking to the left, and then you got James Cook kind of looking to the right there. And then let's dive into Josh Allen. Again, wow, that's a lot of camera raws. I think this was before I found out that I could just edit it by double tapping here. But I'm pretty sure the same applies to him with what I did with Dawson Knox. So it's pretty much the same thing I do for my player treatment. And then unsharpened mask. I guess I didn't do that with him, but it just sharpens it a little bit there. Cut them out, do all that, add the textures that I added onto Knox here. As you can see here, this is what I was talking about with the blue jerseys. They're not the same. So, you kind of got to work with it. With the hue and saturation. And then again with the black and white. You can kind of see it better on him on this picture. Like, his arm sleeve is kind of, like, if I do this, it's purple. It's not white. So when I do this, it's like more like white and gray. So that's why you do that. I think it just looks a little better. Again, selective color and hue and saturation for the skin. Kind of want to make them relatively the same, like, skin tone, so it looks like they're in the same place relatively. And then the same thing with the highlights, painting in where you think the highlights are hitting. It just accentuates his face, I guess. And then for James Cook, same thing, pretty much, I'm pretty sure. Nothing too crazy here. Adding in those textures, making sure it's only hitting the skin. That's kind of where I wanted the texture to be. Black and white here, like you can see there. It's actually blue. Now it's gray. Just adjusting the skin color and the colors there. So that's what I did for the players. I think they came out decently. And then added in the text playoffs next. Kind of wish I used a different text because the Fs, you can't really tell they're Fs, can you? I don't know. Kind of like obstructs the whole point of the text. Oh, I added a lot of adjustment layers on top of them. There you go. So I guess I added levels just to darken down here. I wanted the light to kind of be focusing on their faces. Added color balance. I guess it was more like blue, yeah. Just a blue tint to mesh them into the blue background here. Again, just more work on the colors. And then did an exposure to kind of make it look like the light's bouncing off of them here from the background. And then again, just a little more colors here. So that's it for the players, I guess. And then I just doing some more adjusting with the colors. This levels just makes it a little darker. Added in this lens flare. So for these, I just go on Pinterest, look up light effects. You kind of work it there. This is the image that we were working with. Oh, it looks like a smiley face. And then I guess I just did, oh, what did I do? A screen. So that, and then do screen, and then you'll have only the light, the lens flares. You can always adjust like the levels, stuff like that there. And then just to finish it off, I did another hue and saturation, I guess. There, and it's coming together quite nicely. Just added another camera raw to the whole thing. And then I like to do a zoom blur. Is it a zoom blur? Or radial blur? So for that, I'll just use this image, go to filter, blur, radial blur. I usually like to do like 10. Okay. Like that, you'll get this. And then I just kind of erase the center. I really only want the blur in the like corners. Like that kind of thing. Kind of mess with it. And then I like to also add noise to it. Oh my god. It just took me to a whole different thing. What the hell? Yeah, I don't want this. But yeah, that's pretty much what you get there. Just more color adjustments here. Added this color as well. Did a soft light on it Pretty cool. And then for the side kind of borders, I guess. So for this, I just copied the image in, did a Gaussian blur, enlarged it, and then cut them out for the sides like that. I feel like it just adds a little more to the picture, you know. And then, oh my god, I'm so tired, I'm sorry. This is so bad. Just adding different little details to the image. Did a dark kind of shadows here. And that's what we did. That's that. Oh my goodness. This thing's going crazy. But yeah, that's pretty much the breakdown there. You're kind of really working with lighting here. That's any colors. That's really like the most important thing when you're working with like kind of like the scenery. But yeah, this was a fun one. I like how it came out. And yeah, thanks for. Oh, I feel like I'm missing some things. Yeah, just some other elements. Like, I knew it looked a little bare up here, so. You can add, like, your logo here. You can add some text here as well, so. Yeah, just kind of mess around. Once you get your final product, just add little details and make your design a little more unique. And that's what you get. So, thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Go Bulls!